Okay, now I'm just gonna start putting some of this stuff back together. I want to get this lower quart hose here. Get that slid back up on there. Get this hose clamp tightened up on it. It's got an old worm clamp. Let's see if that's an 8 milli. Yes. Okay. Down. I'm going to try to make it so that it's up here where we can get to it again easy in the future. Clamp's way too big for that, but looks like it's gonna seal. Okay, now I gotta put this heater hose back on. Okay, I'll get my clamping tool here. We'll just squeeze this clamp down. Maybe. Come on. Oh, it's a little questionable on the end there. It's got a part that's coming loose. The bottom of it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay. And now we gotta put this hose back onto here. Now I'll try to tighten that up with my ratchet. That one's a little smaller. Let me get a screwdriver. Grab me another flat tip and get that back on there. Okay, we got a couple of pulleys that have to go back on here. Let me get them. I believe the smooth one went down here. That's gonna be a fun one to get in there. It was a fun one to take out. Actually, we can just turn this whole ring. Okay, now let me get a wrench. Ah, dropped my wrench. All right. Try not to drop it this time like a rookie. Okay. And now we have this pulley that went over here somewhere. That's where the power steering pump used to go on these when they had real power steering pumps. Okay, this one goes here. But this one can't go back on until we get the water pump in. So let's do that next. This water pump has some old gasket material on it. We have a new gasket for it. We're just gonna take and clean. I'm gonna take and clean this gasket off real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the water pump cleaned up. This is a newer water pump. It has been replaced. Uh-oh. There is some goop on that one. It is leaking. That water pump is leaking. Ever so slightly. I looked at it and I thought it was not leaking. It is. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't know if you can see down in there, but it should have been leaking coolant down in there. I don't know if that's... I mean, there's crusty green stuff down in there where it's leaked. So it's not like it just got wet coming out or something with some coolant. It's crusty and built up down in there. Okay, well, we need a new water pump. Oh, crap. This thing just keeps on giving. Let me go look one up. Alright, so water pump is coming tomorrow. I got it for like 21 bucks on Amazon, just a cheap one. We're just going to replace it with something that doesn't leak, and we're not going to worry about getting a really good one. But now I'm going to do this harmonic balancer where it's got these grooves in it, and all we really got to do is just stuff this up and make sure it's good and clean. So I'm just going to wrap the sandpaper around it here like so. And then we're just gonna just take and scuff her down. And that's probably good enough. That's down below where that ring's gonna sit. So let me spray it off with some brake clean. Make sure we clean it up real good. Now, a lot of people like to take these and heat the ring in the oven and freeze the middle part. I don't think you need to do that. It doesn't say to do that in the directions. So, I'm going to try it. If this one doesn't work for some reason, well, I have a second one. Because I got this kit at the same time. This Victor Rines kit with the sleeve was only 78 cents on clearance. So, I ordered both of them. So I got one to make a second attempt if need be. But this is the first time I've ever done this, so we will see. And this ring has a little bit of a bevel to the end of it, so that's going to go on the top where this is beveled. We'll go ahead and just wipe this out really good too and make sure it's good and clean. The brake clean. Yeah, that's going to go down on there. So I'll get my 2x4 ready so that I can hit it with that. And my hammer's all ready. So now we're just ready to go ahead and put some of this on there. I guess we have to clip this. Let me get a clipper here. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this red Loctite stuff down on here, down around it. I believe this stuff doesn't cure until it has a good lack of oxygen. That's what makes it cure, so I don't think we have to worry about it drying out. I'm just going to take and pipe that around a little with my finger. Make sure we got a nice coating of it there. And we're going to take this and put this on. We're going to take this. Put our hammer on there. Try hitting her down. Perfect. She went on there perfectly. And we'll wipe the extra red Loctite off. And that covers up the grooves really nice. Yeah, that's perfect. It's perfectly level and beveled in there. And that will help it seal. Nice. Alright. So the harmonic balancer done. Got a repair sleeve on her. Alright. We'll keep going. Okay, so now we're ready to put our harmonic balancer back on. I got my oil here. I'm just going to put a little oil around here to make sure she seals up, slides into that seal okay. I'll see if I can put a little bit around here too, just to make sure she is going to seal, slide in there nice and easy, not damage the seal. Okay, so now we have to go up, we have to line up our slot this keyway. And I'm going to get my rubber mallet and just tap that. Okay. Now we got to put our crankshaft bolt in here, get it started, and then send it home. Now, a lot of Chryslers and stuff, you do not want to do this. This bolt will snap off in the crankshaft. On these GMs, I've never had a problem doing it. But there are some Chryslers that you want to get a big hammer and hammer that thing home, because you snap the bolt off. And you have to be careful how big of a hammer or how hard you hit it at a time, because you're hitting against the thrust bearings that run on the crankshaft to keep it from moving forward and backwards in the engine. So you don't want to hammer on them too hard. If you rebuild an engine, you'll know what a thrust bearing is. If not, just trust me. I'm just going to put my impact on setting 1. Okay, now she stopped turning, so she's seated nice and flush. I'll stick her up on 3 and just give her one little ugga-dugga. There we go. And now our harmonic balancer is installed. Perfect. All right. So now let's go back up top and see what else we can do. All right, I guess we can go ahead and start doing the valve covers. We may as well, because we really can't put any of this other stuff back together. We can put the motor mount back on though and get this thing sitting right in the car. I don't know if I want to do that. I might be able to lower the engine down and get that alternator out easier. So I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just going to look and see what we got to do to get this alternator off of here, to get to this back valve cover, we'll have to pull all these plug wires. Now I will pull them off the coil pack. I will not pull them from the plugs because they'll be stuck on the spark plugs. Let me get something to label these with. I don't have my paint marker. I don't know what happened to it. So it can make me a thing. So these two back here are 1 and 4. And these two up here are 2 and is that a 5? I think it's a 5. Man, it's hard to tell. I think that's a 5. The numbers are kind of worn off. We'll say that's 2 and 5 probably. So number 2 and number 5. And then these two back here are number 3 and number 6. Alright, so now I got my chart on how to hook those back up. And now I'm just going to go ahead and work on twisting them off of here gently. Twist it off. There we go. And we'll put some dielectric gel back on these when we put it back together. Come on. Come on off. Man, these ain't never been off of here. Holy crap. There, that one's off. Okay, and now we have to take this one off. Okay, so those 3 are off. And now we gotta take these back ones off and get them out of the way. Okay, well those 3 are off. We'll move these off to the side. And then we're just gonna have to see where all this runs. This is a coolant thing here, so that's not going to come off easy. But we got to get to this bolt that's right under there. So we got to move that coolant hose to get this coil pack up out of here to get down to that valve cover. The back one's the slightly harder one. Well, it says I've still got 3 bars on the battery. Okay. Get that off. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you kind of can. Okay. And then we've got this one. Take out this one venom bolt. Okay. 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 Now we're going to go ahead and actually take this heater hose off. Man. Or try to take this heater hose off back here. She's really glued on there. Okay, there it goes. I finally set her to break loose. Alright, now we're going to try and take her off. Okay, there we go. Now we got that heater hose loose. Okay. Okay. That one's ready now. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. It hit the floor. It fell all the way through to the floor, though. That's the important thing. I can go down there and get it. Okay, now let's get this one. Okay, got that one. Now, this should be about ready to come up out of here. It should be. Okay, now she's unplugged. Get past all this wiring crap. There we go. All right. So in order to remove the alternator, we got to disconnect the battery. The battery on this lives in this box underneath this computer. And the computer comes up. We can just lay it back here. I'll go ahead and hang this back up and put these away. Put some stuff away here. Woo! She smells like the brushes are going out in her. That way, if you disconnect the negative, then if you short out something with your pliers or whatever while you're unhooking it, you don't have to worry about it sparking like you do if you disconnect the positive first. Alright, now we're ready to get to our alternator. Thermal off. Alright. Let me see if that's a 13 or a 12. As long as these aftermarket alternators are a weird size. But this is 13. Okay. Got main power wire off the alternator. Maybe. This rubber boot keeps flipping back up over the bolt. This is dried out. I don't want to slide down the wire. Yeah. Okay. That's unhooked. Then we'll get back here and unhook the little 2 charging wires. Oh, that's only a 1 wire on there. Interesting. I know we have to take this one out. I think it's a 13. No, it's a 15. Okay, we took that bolt out. Okay, now there's another bolt back here somewhere. side, I think. I heard something hit the ground. Oh yeah, she's loose. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Holy crap, that's a tight squeeze. So it looks like this tensioner assembly has to come off. So we'll work on that. Okay. Yep, that's it. Now she's all jiggling. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Watching me some Homestead Tessie. She's not a carnivore, but, you know, I still like her channel. It's pretty cool. You check out her channel. It's pretty interesting, especially her oil lamp videos. Anyway, let me pause this. Okay. So, I got my gasket set here. This is a Apex. whatever brand they had for cheap on Rock Auto is the brand that I got. These gaskets are normally not leakers or problems, except when they get old and hard, and these are nice and supple. So now we got to tear off our valve cover, so we'll come back here and we'll get that done. So let me show you back in here what I'm doing. I get you back in here, and so let me turn on the light. And so this is our valve cover right here. It has 4 bolts that hold it on. They're 8 millis. There's one, and there's another one, and there's 2 more on the other side. So we have to pull that valve cover off, clean it up, place the gasket, replace those little grommets around the bolts. You can see the front one's a whole lot easier to get to. So I'm starting with the hardest one, and it's pretty dirty and greasy. So we'll get down here and get this pulled. All right, I got my gloves on. I really don't like wearing the gloves because they affect my feeling, especially in this hand. Since I have my stroke, I have some numbness and neuropathy and tingling in this hand. Some days it's worse than others, but it makes it hard to feel. But I'm a lefty, so I guess it's okay, you know. Having 2 strokes at once, I think I'm doing pretty darn good. Okay, and those bolts should not come out. I just wanted to check and make sure. But that rubber grommet should hold them in there. Okay, there's that one. Now we'll get to these two. Make sure they're not gonna fall out. Okay. Now we should be ready to pull her on off of there. That gasket still seems pretty supple. It doesn't seem real brittle or anything, but it's definitely a leaker. But I imagine it might be leaking out these groundlets because they're pretty rock hard. So let's take this over to the workbench and clean it up a little, and we'll put the gasket on. Okay, it looks like these have to come up out of here, and these rubber groundlets are just rock hard. I think that's where it was leaking most of its oil. So rock hard. There it goes. Oh yeah. That gasket, that rubber groundlet's just rock hard. Okay. Then we gotta get these out of here somehow. We'll work on that in a minute. Let's just get them out of the valve cover first. There, that one actually broke. Like hard plastic. Come on. Let me get a bigger pair of pliers here. Yeah, she's rock hard like plastic. There it goes. Oh, now the bolt came out. Come on, Ernie. There. Finally. Oh, well, part of it came out. Part of it's still in there. Holy crap. There. Okay.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky.
Now we're ready to put a valve cover, gasket, and some groundlets on. I believe we just have to stick those in there like so, and then we gotta put our bolt through. That one our bolt does not even hold into. Those old ones held on to the bolts pretty good. But these, they just slide right out. I guess they must have been swollen. Which is fine. Okay. They have this part. And this part goes down in there. So. These particular gaskets are, it's a little different of a fit, I guess. They're usually not this hard. Oh, too much brake clean. Woo! I'm getting high. Alright. So that goes on there like that. Then we just have to put it back on, put our valve cover bolts in, tighten them down, and then we're set. However, it's a little after 9. I'm ready to go in, clean up, and relax. And we'll work on this again tomorrow and get this rear valve cover on and get the front valve cover done. We'll have our water pump. So tomorrow's Friday. So I'll work as late as it takes to get it done. And I actually get off of work early. I have a doctor's appointment with my cardiologist. But I probably won't get home till 4:30 or so from that appointment because it's in a town that's far away. But I might get started early on it tomorrow and we'll get it done. Get this girl running and get her out of here. Get paid for her. Alright, I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.